with whom to share a pot of tea and to play a game of Go.
Pokemon Go, Mum. I play Pokemon Go.
So do I.
Every day. Have you never heard that song?
No.
Oh, right. We share tea and play Pokemon Go together, don't we? High five.
You haven't opened my gift today.
Fuck, sorry. I'll open it after the video. Sorry, Mum. Sorry. Hello and welcome back to part 3 of me and Mum J Sherlock making our way through the collected, which I'm still not sure how to say, Miscellany.
I'm pretty sure it's miscellany, but
through the collected miscellany, and we're going to be starting off with Seiyu Whirling Wind Wheel.
That's quite hard to say. Whirling wind wheel.
Whirling Wind Wheel.
All the was.
Whirling Wind Wheel. And also apologies about the volume on the last video. I just fucked it up, to be honest.
It's because we're both naturally shy and retiring people.
Yeah.
And very softly spoken.
Well, speak for yourself. But yes, right, here we go. Straight on with the show for you all.
Ookily dokily.
Here we go then.
Ninjas are often portrayed moving under the veil of night,
So I'm
stealthily
shuffling around
conducting
here.
their mission in the shadows. As such, people tend to let their imaginations
a
regarding
little
ninjas
panda
run
lady.
wild, filching objects in a flash, vanishing without a trace, and laying poisonous
That's
traps.
a hell of a
Oh my
club,
goodness,
isn't it?
that's
Skills are necessary
3 times
to
the
be
size of
worthy
her.
of
Why
the
she got a leaf
ninja
on her
title.
head? Is that
But
for
in the eyes
snacks
of
later
Ninja
on?
Seiyu,
Little bamboo
no matter how
snacks.
profound the art of ninjutsu may be, it is to be used but for a single purpose: slacking off. To this ninja who never
I can get
passes
behind
an
that, to be
opportunity
fair.
be lazy, the
I can
stirring
get
of the
behind that.
leaves is not the
Tiny.
opportune diversion to strike her enemy. Rather, it's a favorable time to slip away for a nice nap.
Oh,
I think this
it's
is
like a
such good
panda.
attitude.
Pandas are quite laid back, aren't they?
I think I want to live her life.
Seiyu,
think you do.
Shumatsuban at your disposal. Phew. But if you don't need me right now,
Enema. We haven't seen that
I'm gonna
before.
grab some
I don't
sleep.
think. Enema.
Seiyu is the Shumatsuban's resident ninja,
that
and the
like
last
animal?
successor of the
Maybe.
Yuhu art. She uses the power of animo to swiftly move across the battlefield, and wields a claymore much heavier than herself to
Yeah,
protect her
we saw that. We
companions.
guessed that already.
As
Oh,
a
she's
master
always got the leaf
slacker,
on her head.
Seiyu's most adept ninjutsu technique is the art of holding her breath. When Seiyu is
Master
in the party,
slacker.
your characters can approach crystal flies, lizards, and other certain
Oh,
animals
have we
without
seen these crystal
startling them.
flies before? I
No,
like
we haven't
them.
seen those creatures before.
Seiyu's normal attack can combo up to 4 strikes.
Take them out of the knees.
dealing
I really
physical
like her
damage to
new
enemies.
favourite. Yeah,
Holding the
take
attack
this.
steadily.
It's like Monty Python. I'll cut your kneecap. I'll bite your kneecaps, isn't it?
It consumes stamina,
The whirling
While Seiyu
whirlwind.
spins her
Yes.
dealing physical damage to nearby enemies.
Oh, I like this move.
Once Seiyu stops
Oh my
spinning her blade,
goodness.
she unleashes a more powerful
They
strike.
did
Oh,
that
I want
launches smaller
Seiyu.
enemies
I want
within her
Seiyu.
range.
We need to get Seiyu.
Tap Seiyu's elemental skill to perform a special ninjutsu technique of the Yuhu art, in which Seiyu curls up and enters the Fufu Windwheel state and rolls forward
The
We
foo-foo
haven't
windwheel state.
I like that. I'm
for a
going
certain
to do that
distance,
the rest of my day.
smashing into opponents at high speed, dealing animo damage.
Animo.
When the skill ends,
I wonder what
Seiyu
the animo
performs a
is.
Fufu Whirlwind kick, dealing
Fufu
AoE
whirlwind.
animo damage.
We're seeing some
Holding
different
her elemental skill
enemies.
casts
Yeah,
a
we are.
new art
Ooh,
Fuing dash,
I like this one.
causing Seiyu
Oh
to
my
roll
God.
continuously in the
Roly
Fufu
poly.
Windwheel state, increasing
No, I meant I
Seiyu's
like the
resistance
enemy.
to interruption.
It doesn't look
while
like you're
in that
actually
state.
hitting them that
During
though.
this time, Seiyu
Oh,
can
She
control
gets a
oh,
little bit
dizzy.
dizzy. Yeah.
Oh.
and can cast the skill again to end her Windwheel state early.
Oh.
Upon ending it, she unleashes a
They're
stronger
gonna
version
stomp
of the
on
Fufu
her.
Whirlwind kick,
Squish. Pancake.
dealing a single instance of AoE animo damage.
It doesn't look like
Area
that's
of
doing...
effect.
I might be wrong, but it doesn't look like it's doing any damage when she's
Her
rolling
Seiyu
around.
remains in her Windwheel state, the longer the skill's cooldown will become. After holding
I
her
can
elemental
understand.
skill and entering the Windwheel state,
So you
if
can use it
Seiyu
for like
comes into
traversing.
Fire, right?
Hydro, Pyro, Cryo, or Electro, elemental absorption will occur, causing her to
Oh,
absorb
shit.
power.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
so she's
Additional
almost a
elemental damage at
chameleon
that time.
effect.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Elemental
like
absorption
that.
may only occur once per use
Oh,
of this
but
skill.
she's destroying all the flowers.
She's saying
With the
everything on
deft
fucking
use of
phone.
Fufu
It's the
Windwheel
Abyss
state,
Mages now
Seiyu
we've
can
learned, Mum.
swiftly roll across
I
the
like them
battlefield
too.
to trigger swirling
Apparently we're
actions
gonna
in
learn to
tandem
hate
with other
them.
party
Oh,
members.
but I like the look of
In the
them.
open world, Seiyu can make use of her Fufu Windwheel to quickly cover distances, aiding with exploration.
This is
Ah,
sick.
so is it like a movement rather than a...
Unleash her
Oh my God.
elemental burst to deal animo damage to nearby opponents, as
The
well
little
as
panda.
heal
See the
all
little
nearby
panda?
party members.
It's
The
like
amount
looks
of
like a
HP
weeble.
restored
Yeah.
is based on Sayu's attack. Additionally, Sayu performs another ninjutsu technique of the Yuhu art, summoning Sayu's trusty helper, Muji Muji Daruma.
Muji
Muji
Muji Daruma.
Daruma.
I love Muji
Ah.
Muji.
Muji Muji Daruma will take one of several actions
Let's get a new
based on the
kitten and call it
situation
Muji
around
Muji
it.
Daruma.
Yeah, look
The
at
HP
him!
of nearby characters is relatively high. It will attack a nearby opponent, dealing animo damage.
How does he move?
Ooh.
Does he
I
move?
think, I'm not sure if he moves or
If
just
there are nearby
like,
characters with HP below a certain percentage, it will heal the character with the lowest HP percentage left.
like our characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, not the enemies.
The amount of HP restored is based on Sayu's attack. If there are no opponents nearby, then it will focus on healing characters.
That's really cool.
Even if the
What
characters
a
already
legend.
have relatively high
So
percentages
even if you
of
don't
HP.
really need healing, it'll
After
heal
all-
you.
Yeah, he'll heal everyone,
Yeah,
which
so
is
that's
pretty
really
good.
useful.
Unlocking the talent No Work today. When Muji Muji Daruma
I'm
heals a
gonna
character,
unlock that talent.
Yeah,
it will
today.
same.
also heal a certain percentage of HP for other nearby characters on the battlefield.
That's good.
Hmm.
Sounds
And
like
when
the
it
two of
attacks
them.
opponents, it will have an increased AoE.
The only thing I'm really worried about playing the game
Perhaps since-
is I do think some of the enemies are cuter than the characters.
Yeah, I agree.
Values
Like the
hard.
slimes. I
Being
want
either
to try.
eye
Love
and
the
kill
slimes, love the
slime
anima
with slime.
mages.
She feels
Abyss
that her
mages.
teammates
Abyss
are
mages,
better
sorry.
suited for tackling the tasks at hand.
I hope she doesn't have
In
a
the
sad
meanwhile,
story.
Sayu can
Oh,
ensure they stay
worried
fit for
she might.
combat.
Look, her little eyes look sad.
When Sayu triggers
sleepy.
a swirl reaction
Oh,
on the
maybe, yeah.
battlefield, she will regenerate HP for your characters in the party and all nearby allied characters.
When it says
Additionally,
the characters in
the
your
amount of
party and all
healing will
nearby
also benefit
allied
from Sayu's
characters,
elemental
I
mastery.
thought there could only be 4.
This
Yeah, but if
effect
you're
can
playing
occur
with other
only
people.
once per set time
Oh,
period.
Online.
Okay.
Though it may seem that sleepy Sayu is always slacking
It's
off,
like me.
she is still quite loyal to her commitments.
I
Or
think
to
she's
put it
sleepy because she
another way,
works real hard when she's
inescapable
working.
duties.
Like
She
me.
rolls nimbly across the battlefield,
I'm running.
providing
T-posing
reliable
and running.
support to her teammates. In combat, Sayu relies on her fufu
Don't
wind
forget,
wheel
she's
to
half
move
the size
swiftly,
of the others, so
Yeah,
she has
true.
to work
closing the
twice.
distance
She
on
has
her
to travel
enemies and
twice as
crashing
far.
into
Yeah,
them to
you've got
trigger
little
swirl
legs.
reactions, while simultaneously providing healing for her team. When energy is full, Sayu can unleash her elemental burst to summon Muji Muji Daruma. Whether it's to heal her teammates or to increase damage against her opponents,
That ability looks
Muji Muji Daruma
insane.
can adapt to the situation and protect
What is
Sayu's
that
precious
ability?
companions.
Ooh, yeah, but that's not her. That's
Striving
the
No, that's
for
sort
the
of
someone
dreams
else.
of
character
your
with them.
youthhood
Her.
is an admirable thing indeed. Only by improving yourself can you face the vicissitudes of life.
Muji
And
Muji
when it comes
Daruma.
to improving yourself, whether it's sharpening your combat skills or simply trying to grow taller, to the young,
I'd like to grow
anything worth
taller. I
striving
think I
for.
might be too
Same,
late
I'm
for
only
me.
5'8".
now that I think about it, I too was probably once that way.
Aw.
Naive, persistent, and untiring.
I think she doesn't seem to have a
I'm
sad
only
story.
joking, of course. I've long forgotten the happenings of hundreds of years ago.
She didn't have a happy story. A
She
sad
didn't
story.
have we have a character without a sad
Yay!
story. Great success. What way
Perhaps
to
it's
start
because
the day.
she's young, so she
Yeah,
hasn't had
true.
time to have a history yet. Maybe.
She hasn't lived a life, therefore she can't be beaten down by the realities and harshness of the world we live in today.
Yeah. Moving quickly on.
Yeah, moving on to
Yoink.
You
Yomiya.
never make it to Inazuma and ask the locals what to see while you're there. Nearly everyone you talk to will emphatically recommend a fireworks display.
Oh my god, is it the firework
Yes,
person?
please.
Shooting stars in reverse, they fly up into the night, then burst into color,
Yes.
illuminating
Got
the
roller
sky and
skates on.
sea and the faces
Hey,
of
she
those
does.
watching below.
Oh no, they're heels.
Oh no.
Heels.
This
They're-
short
oh no, they're
but
like
dazzling
wooden
spectacle is
heels.
all the work of one
they're
woman,
called
Inazuma's
patterns,
most skilled
I think.
fireworks expert, Yomiya.
Yomiya. I love fireworks so much. Shot, no shot that she's pyro vision.
Fireworks straight into the skies with a boat business a shot.
Carries
In
us
Yoimiya's
all.
capable hands, her spectacular fireworks are
Those
not
shoes
just the
don't
grand
look
finale of a
comfy.
festival.
They're like clogs.
They also make
Yeah.
highly potent
I
weapons
think
for
they're
protecting her.
Japanese.
We've got some clogs,
Dutch ones.
and they're so uncomfy.
They are.
Wearing something encasing your foot in the wood.
It's because it's
It's-
unyielding, isn't it?
It's just
Yeah.
not nice. Like you wouldn't wear a wood hat, would you?
No.
Or wooden gloves.
No.
Yeah, yeah. No offense to people who wear clogs.
Yeah, some people might enjoy wearing clogs.
And no one has a flair for fighting with fireworks quite like
Fighting
her.
with fireworks. Don't try this at home.
Exactly.
Okay. Ooh,
Yoimiya's
that looked
handiwork
nice.
is exquisite, and she dabbles in many other crafts besides firework making,
Oh,
always adding her unique touch to all her work.
Oh, so a
look,
creative
potting.
soul.
When Yoimiya crafts decorations, ornaments, and landscape furnishings,
Oh.
a portion of the
What is
materials
Animal
used will be
Crossing?
refunded.
Yeah. Oh, so you get some of the materials back. That's
Her
pretty cool.
normal attack can combo up to 5 consecutive
Do
shots,
you know what those
dealing physical
monsters are called?
damage.
You do not, but that seems to be the basic.
They seem to be
Holding the
around
attack
quite a lot.
button executes a more precise aimed shot that deals increased damage.
Oh, I like how it
Based
like
on the charge time,
charges
Yeah,
up
each shot
wait,
like
it's-
generates
Catherine
different
wheels.
effects.
Yeah.
Charge
Oh, it's
level
firework.
1 fires off a flaming arrow that deals pyro damage.
Charge level 2.
Ooh, that seems
At charge level 2,
pretty
depending on the
effective.
exact charging time, the aimed shot generates up to 3 kindling arrows when she releases it.
3. Some of the other players do 4 or 5.
Oh, yeah.
Kindling
so
arrows
shoots like
home
3
in
at
on
once.
nearby enemies, dealing pyro damage.
Look at the other one
okay,
sending
yeah.
out. Yeah.
Tap Yoimiya's elemental skill and she waves a sparkler,
Oh,
causing a
I
ring of
love
saltpeter
sparklers.
to surround her and
Oh.
sending her into the Niwabi Ensho state.
Isn't saltpeter to do with explosives?
During
Yeah.
this time, arrows fired by Yoimiya's normal attack
okay,
will be
so use that
blazing,
elemental skill to do pyro
increasing their
damage,
damage
normal
and
attack.
converting
Yeah.
your attacks to pyro damage.
Look, I got it ahead of him, Mum. I got her ahead of him. We're learning a
However,
fuck
during
ton
the
here
Niwabi
without
Ensho,
even ever touching the
Yoimiya's
game.
normal
I think you're learning a lot
firework
more than we
flare-up will not generate kindling arrows
It's okay,
at
we're
charge level
team.
2.
Yeah.
After unlocking the talent Tricks of the Troublemaker, during Yoimiya's
Troublemaker.
elemental skill
Way more
duration,
damage.
when her normal attack hits an enemy, she gains a stackable pyro damage bonus, which lasts for 3 seconds.
That's not long, 3 seconds. That would panic me having to use it within 3 seconds. Make me
Here
anxious.
come the fireworks!
Oh my god, yeah.
Ah.
Yoimiya leaps into the air, together with her original creation,
Big bit
Yukin
damage. Is that
Saxifrage,
debuff on
firing
them?
forth blazing rockets
Saxifrage.
bursting with surprises that
Saxifrage is
deal
a
AoE
flower.
pyro damage, and mark one of the hit enemies with Aurus Blaze. All attacks by any
Aurus is a
party
flower
member
as well.
other than Yoimiya that hit an enemy marked by Aurus Blaze will trigger
Aurus, not
explosions,
Aurus.
dealing AoE pyro
Jesus.
damage.
So it's like,
Wow.
you
It's
know,
so
we're talking
pretty.
about buffs. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can debuff someone, which is a negative.
Okay.
So they're debuffed, as you can see by the symbol on them, so they take extra damage.
If the enemy affected by
quite
Aurus
sure.
Blaze is defeated before it expires, the effect will pass on to another
That's
nearby
good.
enemy who will inherit the remaining
That's
duration.
really
Ooh.
good, isn't it? I like that.
Aurus Blaze explosions are subject to a short cooldown. After unlocking the
A cooldown is once you use a skill, you can't use it for a bit.
Oh, so you've got to have a pause.
Yeah,
Okay.
or else you'd just be doing your most powerful.
Yeah, and that would get a bit
attack.
dull, wouldn't it? Because
Yeah,
you'd
'cause
be
you'd just
invincible.
spamming that.
talent Summer Night's
Spamming?
Dawn for a
Spamming.
short duration after casting
Using
Yoimiya's
it
elemental
lots.
burst. Nearby
Not like
party
the
members
canned
other
meat.
than Yoimiya herself gain an attack bonus.
Oh.
This bonus is based on the number
She's
of
so
Tricks of
pretty.
the Troublemaker
at
stats Yoimiya
that.
possesses when she
That's
unleashes
the
her
one.
elemental burst.
I know, but she's helping them do
Yeah,
it.
she is. She's
Yeah.
got her Aurora Blaze on
Armed
it.
with a pyro vision, Yoimiya has more than one way of playing with fire. This power takes her skills with the bow to another level,
Ooh.
It's fancy.
turning even
I
her
could-
arrows
I
into
didn't-
fireworks that send sparks.
I didn't think I could even fire a bow and arrow straight, let alone whilst doing a backflip in the front. Flip. But it's bloody impressive.
Not
isn't
sure
it?
many people
No,
could.
it's bloody
flying all over the
impressive.
battlefield.
So this is like her.
In battle,
Bigger effect,
Yoimiya
isn't it?
begins by using her elemental skill to enter the Niwabi Ensho state. Then she engages the enemy with enhanced normal attacks, using Tricks of the Troublemaker to stack up a pyro damage bonus. When Niwabi Ensho ends, if her energy is full, she unleashes her elemental burst to further pressure the enemy, then leaves the field, supporting
So
the
I
rest of
think-
her
Okay.
team with an
So
Because
she kind of
these
sets it up for other people.
because we're going further back in time here. We're going
Yeah.
from like the latest to the
Not
oldest.
latest.
I think they show a bit more about it. Like,
Okay.
so instead of just showcasing all their abilities, that's just showcased you there how you would use her full set of abilities.
So you're like learning more.
I think,
more,
yeah. I feel like these earlier ones,
basic game skills.
Miscellany, are teaching you more about how to use the character as a whole in battle.
An attack bonus and pyro damage.
And in the later
Watching
ones,
the
they assume
enemy
you know
disappear
that.
Yeah.
in a dazzling
I think so.
display of light and smoke.
Yeah.
As the
Oh,
explosions in
stunning.
the sky
I just
fade
want
away,
to live it in a
breathless
cherry
spectators
blossom.
find their friends and leave.
Didn't you?
No.
Why?
But Yoimiya is already
I like
busy
that.
preparing for the next display. It is a time-honored routine, unchanging night after night.
Snacks.
And everyone in Inazuma looks forward to the splendid sight of her latest creations.
Oh.
After a brief moment,
It's like my fireworks
Oh,
shows.
it's getting
isn't it?
sad. It's
That's
getting
like
sad.
my fireworks shows Sound in the Garden.
They are good, yeah.
They're very good, aren't they, Mother?
They are.
Apart from that one time I did a kick up with a firework and kicked it in my
Yeah.
eye.
In your
that-
eye? I
yeah.
didn't know what in your eye.
Moving on. Don't play with fireworks,
Just
by the way.
sparklers this year,
Yeah,
then.
just sparklers for us.
the dazzling flashes fade
Getting
and
sad.
the crowds are gone.
No,
After hundreds of years, this sight is nothing new
It's
to
getting
me.
sad. You can
I don't
tell
think
by the way
that's
he's
But who's to
talking.
say that brief moments of splendor
Okay.
can't become everlasting
that's just saying she gets
memories?
sad when the crowds go away.
The god who pursues eternity has yet to realize that not all that endures is constant.
Well, you wouldn't want it to be, really, would
No.
you?
Time can keep fireworks in people's minds long after they've faded. Just as, once in a while, it can send stars fixed high above, plummeting down to the ground.
Not a sad story again.
No.
I mean, it's just saying that she gets a bit sad when all the parties and the fireworks go away. But if you had that all the time, you wouldn't appreciate it,
Exactly.
would you?
You've got to have some.
You've got to have some
Downtime.
shitness in your
Got-
life
no,
to
downtime,
appreciate the
haven't you?
good. is that what you're saying?
No.
Okay.
Some time to appreciate
In
good.
Eula City, the Shirasagi Himegimi is
Right,
a name
we have-
known to all.
Kamisato
Those fortunate
Ayaka.
enough to
Snow
meet
Dance
Kamisato
Heron.
Ayaka in person describe her as the
Ayaka.
princess of the Kamisato clan. Graceful and dignified as a snow crane, but kind and gentle like a dove.
Flab.
She brings joy and hope to everyone she meets.
That means she's
The
eternally
other half
depressed.
of perfection is, of course,
That's
martial
what will be the
prowess.
story at the end.
So when
However
Kamisato
relies on
Ayaka
her.
draws her blade and assumes a fighting
maybe
stance,
not.
her opponent should
Not
beware.
disastrosize it.
True. Cryo.
Cryo. And
Kamisato
Grusni
Ayaka,
das.
present.
A
See, we're
master
version
of the
2.0
Inazuman
here.
Kamisato art of Tachijutsu, Kamisato
We're
Ayaka
coming
has
into
honed
work,
her
we're
blade
doing
work
work.
to the pinnacle of
We're doing
proficiency.
1.9,
She combines swift and agile strikes with the power of cryo to fight back against those of malicious intent.
She looks very graceful, doesn't she?
As the daughter of the Yashiro Commission's Kamisato clan, Ayaka is versed in a variety of art forms. Her expertise in the art of the sword includes knowledge of advanced weaponry.
She looks like you
When
you're
Ayaka
glasses on.
crafts weapon ascension materials, she has a certain chance to receive double the product.
Double! They're
What
giving
is
them
that?
away! They look like seaweed.
Look
or
like
coral.
coral, I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said you buy one, you get one free. I said you buy one.
Ayaka's normal
Moving on.
attack can
Okay.
combo up to 5 strikes that
5
deal
strikes.
physical
See, I was
damage to
saying that
enemies.
some people can do 5.
Someone can do 4. What is that
Holding
little
the
dude?
attack button consumes a set
Ooh,
amount
look
of
at
stamina
the
to perform
slime.
the EI technique, unleashing a series of blade winds
Oh, he
that
picked
deal
up a
physical
slime.
damage to
He
enemies.
picked up a slime and he seemed to be hurting this
When
one.
Ayaka
He's gonna
sprints,
throw this
she
thing.
cloaks
Whoa.
herself in frozen fog, consuming stamina to move as a
That's
rapid
really
torrent.
cool. That's really
While in
cool.
her
isn't
Yeah,
it?
but
Senho
it did say
state,
she
Ayaka can travel
consumed.
swiftly over water.
She
When
frees
she
the
leaves
water.
Senho state
But it did
and
say she uses her
reappears,
stamina
she
to
applies
do
the
it, so
cryo
maybe
element
not.
to nearby enemies.
So she just can do it forever.
Also, she will receive a cryo infusion for a short duration. The cryo infusion converts Kamisato
That's
Ayaka's
mental.
attack damage to cryo
Oh
damage.
look, frozen. That's in midair. That looks so
After
cool.
unlocking the talent Kanten Senmyo Blessing, if the cryo energy released when exiting Kamisato Art Senho comes into contact with an enemy, Ayaka will regain some stamina.
That's
Oh,
really
okay.
clever.
Additionally,
So like
So
you'd
she
be
recharges herself.
you'd be like doing a little fog run through people when you come out, and then you get your energy back. That's quite
she
clever.
will gain a
Alternating.
temporary cryo damage
Yeah.
bonus. Proficient use of these skills allows Kamisato Ayaka to move freely around the battlefield.
Yeah, she's pretty cool.
Putting
She
her
looks
in the
pretty
strongest
strong.
possible position.
Yeah.
So many to
A
choose.
flick of the wrist,
Although
the
they
poise of
said
a
that you
dancer,
don't get
and
to choose
frost
from
goes
everyone.
flying.
She can walk on
Tapping
water,
Ayaka's
I'm
elemental
telling
skill
you.
summons blooming
Skater.
ice. Launching adjacent enemies and dealing
Oh,
AoE cryo
I
damage.
can't be an enemy, it's so pretty.
After unlocking the talent Amatsumi Kunitsumi Sanctification for a short duration after casting Kamisato Art Hyoka, Kamisato Ayaka's normal and charged attacks
That's
deal
more
increased
damage.
damage.
Not much more.
Some of them look a lot
576
more,
hours.
didn't they?
Yeah.
What's that?
Kamisato
This is
Ayaka
the-
summons the frost with flawless poise,
Oh.
releasing a frost flake Seki no To that travels forward.
Oh my
The frost
god.
flake Seki no To is a storm of whirling icy winds that slashes
Jesus
repeatedly
Oh my
Christ.
goodness.
That looks,
dealing
that is like a
cryo
little
damage
blizzard.
and blooming at the end of its duration, dealing a further bout of AoE cryo damage.
I really like
Even
her.
in the heat of battle, Kamisato Ayaka is the picture of elegance. Her own bladework philosophy adds finesse to Kamisato Art's Tachijutsu, with
I was going to say, she looks very finesse and like elegant whilst
Yeah.
fighting in
the
comparison to some of
choreography
the
of a
others.
crane in the snow. She defeats her foes in a dance of frost. When the battle begins, Ayaka enters her Senho state,
Whoa.
then swiftly draws near to her enemies to launch her attack. The
How
versatile
different.
range of
Or maybe
cryo
it's 'cause she's
abilities at
got
her
buff. I
disposal
think it's 'cause
creates
she's got buff on
opportunities to
her
coordinate
mouth,
with her
so that
teammates.
little
Yeah.
ring.
She
I think
gains
that could be the
control over her
opera lady,
enemies,
maybe.
then alternates between
Oh,
normal
look
and
like
charged
music,
attacks
doesn't
to
it?
take
Yeah,
them down
yeah.
one by one. When energy is full, Kamisato Ayaka unleashes her elemental burst to
That
deal
looks like it
further
does a
damage
lot
and
of
clean up
damage.
the field.
Ooh.
And I like that she
Ooh,
seems to be able to
like
traverse
her.
water.
Hmm.
Like, could you just get to special places that you might struggle to?
Islands.
Yeah.
Islands. Yeah.
That's cool that you can traverse by freezing the ocean and stuff and lakes. Let us know in the comments if that is something like you can get to get special things and stuff.
Inazuma locals
What
discuss the
stunning little
Yashiro
place this
Commission.
is, by the way.
Nice.
They are full of praise for Kamisato Ayaka's cordial manner and sincerity of speech at social gatherings.
Oh.
When the name Shirasagi Himegimi is uttered, it is done so in tribute to her flawless etiquette and impeccable character.
Aww.
Aw.
But what can anyone know of how Ayaka views herself in her
Oh
innermost
no.
being?
Please don't be sad.
As the princess of the Yashiro Commission's Kamisato clan, Ayaka shoulders her family's duty to cherish the aspirations of ordinary people. But she also has dreams of her own that she holds dear.
It's okay, it's not sad.
Yeah.
Perhaps the
Not bad,
thing that she
nothing wrong with
really needs is a companion on her journey,
Oh.
with whom to share a pot of tea
Oh,
and to play a game of Go.
Pokemon Go, Mum! I play Pokemon Go
So do I.
every day. Have you never
every
heard
day.
that song?
No.
Oh, right. Okay. We share tea and play Pokemon Go together, don't we? High
Okay.
five.
You haven't opened my gift today.
Fuck, sorry. I'll open it after the video. Sorry, Mum. Sorry.
And with whom to stand shoulder to shoulder when it comes time to draw her blade.
Kamisato.
Okay, she just wants a little bit of company. That's okay.
Yeah,
That's not sad.
their
That's just
their
normal.
backstories are not that sad
Yeah.
in this version 2.0, and I like it because
Yeah.
I'm an emotional human being, and seeing sad things makes me sad.
That's okay. That's called empathy.
I'm empathetic.
No one is sure
You
when
wouldn't
they
want to be
first
heartless,
noticed
would you?
it, but
No.
once in a while, from the deck of the Alcor,
Oh,
flagship of the
Jesus.
heavily armed Crux fleet, the soft sound of a flute can be heard.
Pirates.
Following the ocean breeze to wherever it may lead, trace the sound back to its source.
Do you know any jokes about pirates?
No.
I don't either. That sounded like a joke, but I don't know.
Move on.
And you will see a young samurai of Inazuma, calmly sitting in a crow's
Couldn't
nest,
do that.
playing a leaf flute, while taking in the
Leaf
sights and
flute?
sounds of the natural world. But ask
play
the
a
other
glass one when
sailors
you do
about
that.
his story.
I think it's very ambitious to call that a flute, mother.
Well, this is just made from a leaf.
Yeah, but he's in the crow's nest with a fuck off sword and a pirate and a samurai. Like,
And
come
you'll
on.
find they know little more than you. All they can tell you is he is a trainee sailor from Inazuma. His name is Kaidahara Kazuha.
Come
Kaidahara
driving rain
Kazuha.
or winds that churn, I shall return by blade
Name
only,
it.
armed,
And
if barefoot, to my
Issa.
home.
Many look at
Tree.
Kaidahara Kazuha
Oh,
and
look,
see
see
but
the
a
Ace
young
of Leads
face.
on
What they miss is a swift and deadly samurai wanderer who is not to be taken lightly. Kaidehara Kazuha has the ability to manipulate
Whoa.
animo and provides an
Animo.
elemental damage bonus for members of his party. Also,
What?
with his elemental skill, he can make frequent
sorry.
use of special plunging attacks that keep
Plunging
enemies grouped together,
attacks, I like
providing
them.
great support to his party. Like a leaf on the breeze, he is light as a feather and swift as a
It's
blade.
just
It's just a
When
leaf.
Kaidehara Kazuha is in your party,
You move
he
faster.
reduces sprinting stamina consumption for your party members, making exploration faster.
Alright, so he makes
Kazuha's
all the
normal
other
attack
people
can
faster.
combo up to 5 strikes that
5
deal
strikes?
physical damage to enemies.
So physical damage, if you're wondering, is basically when they don't have their vision attached to it,
Yeah.
or their elemental damage.
Hold the attack button to consume a set amount of stamina.
I love it. That slow. It's so cool. I
And
love it.
perform 2
I would never
swift
ever get
slashes
bored
to
of
his
hearing and
front,
seeing
dealing
that.
high physical damage. While Kazuha is airborne,
You love
pressing the
wings,
attack
don't you?
button
Oh my
causes him
God!
to perform a plunging attack,
It's like a fucking
damaging
peregrine
opponents along the
falcon, man.
path,
Yeah.
Look,
and dealing
yeah.
AoE damage
That's
upon
sick.
That's
impact.
really good.
that's sick because you can use the environment around you. That's really cool.
Tap his elemental skill,
That's the first time we've seen
Chihayabu,
something like
to
that.
unleash a secret
We
blade
haven't seen
technique,
anyone else flying, have we?
pulling
No, but
enemies and
everyone
objects
has
toward
that
him,
ability.
launching enemies
Oh,
within
but
his
we haven't
range,
seen anyone
and
else.
dealing animo damage.
That's really
Kazuha
intriguing.
uses the gust of wind generated in this moment to soar up into the air.
And then he can do his plunging
For a
attack.
short
Look,
period after using
it's like
Chihayabu,
Ezio
while
Altadori.
Kazuha remains airborne, he can unleash a powerful plunging attack.
Ooh.
That's the
Mitara
first
Raiden.
time I've seen an enemy actually.
The
Oh.
damage
Die.
dealt by this plunging attack is converted to animo damage. When Kazuha lands, he uses another secret blade technique to create a wind tunnel that pulls in nearby enemies and
I
objects.
really like this dude.
With this effect,
It's like
Kazuha
I like
can
him because he's
concentrate enemies in
different to
one place,
mixing up
allowing
the
Yeah.
other party
how you
members
play
to
on the
attack
boss,
more
isn't it?
efficiently.
how you play on the battlefield.
Chihayabu is a skill
Oh,
that
so you
can
can
be
traverse
used
really
while
easily.
airborne, giving
Yeah, so you
Kazuha
get
great
special
agility
stuff.
when
What's
out
that
exploring.
wandering rain down there?
When Chihayabu is held instead of
Like
tapped,
a water buffalo.
Kazuha deals increased animo damage over a wider area.
I think I really want this guy.
But you
After
really wanted
unlocking
the
the
last
talent
one.
I
Solo
really want them all,
Sword,
okay?
Kazuha's
You
You
element
really
We're
want
tossing
the one at the
absorb
moment.
Hydro.
Right, we're tossing thousands and thousands of pounds into this game, okay, Mum?
No.
Get the credit cards out, call
No.
the loan sharks.
No.
We're completing Genshin.
No.
Pyro, cryo,
It wouldn't be fun if you did it because you just bought it.
No, it wouldn't. Very true, very true. But that's why it's called a gacha game. I've seen that a lot in the comments that it's a gacha game.
What's gacha?
Where you sort of like, you can pay real money to get more characters and stuff. So it's sort of like a bit of a money grab.
Cast.
Well, it
If
can
any
be, but
Dare
it
runs
doesn't
on
have to
plunging
be.
attack is performed before
Well, but then you
Chihayaburu's
can do that
effects
in Pokemon
expire.
Go, but
It
choose
deals
not
additional
to.
elemental damage of the absorbed element. Only one elemental absorption can occur per Chihayaburu.
Clouds hide. The birds call.
His kind of
Kaidehara
awesome.
Kazuha's elemental burst is the
Whoa.
pinnacle achievement of his self-taught
How
blade work.
awesome are
Look at all the
those?
leaves.
Strikes with the force of the first
Look
winds
at
of
it all
autumn,
floating
dealing
around.
AoE animo damage.
It's very
This attack
lyrical,
produces
isn't
a
it?
field called Autumn Whirlwind.
I love it.
Field periodically deals animo damage to
I think
enemies
this
within
guy's sick. He's got to be
If
people's
Autumn
favourite
Whirlwind comes into
characters.
contact with Hydro, Pyro, Cryo, or Electro, it will absorb that element and deal additional elemental damage. This elemental absorption may only occur
Look,
once
a
in its
fiery one
duration.
and an icy one.
Kazuha can use the Autumn
Did you see how the colour of the leaves changed when it was pyro?
Whirlwind
Well,
field
that's
to
it.
easily affect multiple enemies with an
That
element,
was cool.
creating ideal opportunities for his allies to attack.
This guy's sick.
Yeah,
The
he sets it
wind
up for you
blows to
to.
all within its vast reach and knows the coming fall from the first withered leaf. For a set duration after Kazuha triggers a swirl reaction, all party members receive a damage bonus for the corresponding element. The bonus scales off of Kazuha's elemental mastery.
It's big axe.
If multiple elemental damage bonuses are gained in this manner, they are applied concurrently. Kaidehara Kazuha has roamed far and wide and is acutely sensitive to changes in the natural environment. When the way ahead is rocky, his mastery of animo allows him to swiftly turn the tide of the battle, guiding the whole party to victory. In combat, He coordinates closely with his teammates to apply elements to enemies. Then, he uses his elemental skill to gain control over the opponents, following up here and there with powerful plunging attacks to keep them where he wants them, while also activating Poetics of Fubutsu, which provides elemental damage bonuses, enhancing the whole party's attack capabilities.
Watching this, it makes me realise that you'll have to switch characters loads.
Kazuha unleashes his elemental burst, generating an autumn whirlwind field.
Really skillful,
The
isn't
field
it?
creates the perfect conditions
We just
for
need to be
elemental
so aware
reactions,
of
turning
all
your
your
party
core
into
characters.
a force to be reckoned with. Kaidahara Kazuha is no aimless wanderer. He has a deep sense of purpose. The young samurai left his homeland behind not to part with the past,
In
but
search of a new
for
hope.
That's
It's like
okay.
Star Wars.
As he navigates his path, he charts a course through the myriad of storms that come his way.
It's the first time
His
I've seen rain.
exposure to
isn't it?
the elements keeps him in touch with nature and connects him with other people who cross his path. Those who choose to defy the gods are
I like these
destined for
stills of
hardship.
them in combat. It's
But
really
even
cool,
a maple
actually.
leaf blowing in the
First time we've
breeze,
seen it like
if
that.
it falls into the right company, can learn to sail the
Ooh,
storm
look at
winds of
those
the sea
Ship's stunning.
to shores beyond the horizon.
Kazuha.
Kaz-
Kazuha. He, I think that could be my
Okay.
favourite of the whole thing.
Yeah, let's see. Next one. That's
I think
probably your
he's
next
my favourite of the
favourite.
whole thing. Guaranteed whoever this is won't beat him.
Surging Frost.
Can't beat
Ever
him.
since the first night of Favonius rid herself of her chains, the winds of freedom have carried the fight
I do
against
like the music
oppression
though.
into every corner of Mondstadt. Yet today, among the ranks of the knights sworn to champion freedom, there walks a descendant of the former tyrannical
She's
aristocracy.
zooming. She's fast as fuck,
Eula,
boy.
the progeny of an infamous lineage with vengeance always on her lips, is the captain of the Knights of Favonius Reconnaissance Company. The Spindrift
Scouts.
Knight,
The
supremely
Scouts.
skilled with her blade. Her
that
controversial
hand.
heritage leaves many wondering why the Knights would accept her.
We can find
Perhaps
out about
because the songs of
controversial
freedom
heritage.
wove
I could dress up as her for Halloween. What do you reckon?
No.
Okay.
into the Mondstadt winds first act.
Saying that, we need to figure out a Halloween costume for me.
I've got some ideas.
Alright.
Why not?
Ready for reconnaissance.
Naturally, Eula earned her captaincy with her superior capabilities, masterfully combining Favonia's blade work with cryomagic. She forms
Let's still
frost
get
at the tip of her
frozen.
blade,
Fuck.
which she wields with the cadence of a dancer. Waltzing gracefully into battle, she then strikes like a crashing wave.
Whoa.
Eula derives no additional status in Mondstadt from her once noble lineage, but finds herself the victim of a strict and outmoded education. She dismisses what she was taught as pointless pretension, yet is unable to escape its influence entirely,
Some people could have done with that, couldn't they, in their life?
often subjecting herself to meticulous introspection. When Eula crafts talent level up materials, she has a chance to double the output, boosting the party's adventure readiness.
Ooh, good.
Buy one, get
That's
one free
good.
again.
Eula's normal attack can combo up to 5 strikes that deal
5, she
physical
gets
damage
5.
to enemies.
A front flip, bash on head.
Holding the attack steadily consumes stamina, while Eula unleashes a rapid string of slashes, also
Jesus.
dealing physical damage. When her charged attack
That looks
ends,
like a heavy
she
sword,
unleashes
doesn't
a
it?
powerful
Look.
strike that
She'll
launches
throw all
smaller
of
enemies
herself
within her
into it.
range. Tap Eula's elemental skill Ice Tide Vortex to perform a
Tide
rapid
Vortex.
slash that deals cryo damage. When the slash hits an enemy, Eula gains 1 stack of Grimheart.
Win.
Don't know what
The
that
effect
is.
has a maximum of 2 stacks. Grimheart increases Eula's resistance to
Accurate.
interruption in her defense, creating optimal conditions
Interruption is basically when you're doing an attack, you get interrupted, which means you don't continue your attack.
Okay.
for her to dish
Explain.
out
I
damage.
believe so anyway, but you'll let us know in the
Holding
comments.
Ice
below.
Tide
Interruption
Vortex causes Eula to
from an
consume
enemy.
all stacks
Yes.
of Grimheart, and perform a spinning frontal slash that
Those
deals
poor
AoE
slimes got
cryo
frozen.
damage.
I want to look after the sword.
It seems to be the weaker an enemy is, the more likely it is to get frozen there. I don't know if that's a thing, or the more damaged an enemy is, the more
Maybe
likely
it's just
to
because
get
the slime
frozen.
is a kind of more liquidy, so they're easier to freeze.
Maybe.
If
Maybe.
this attack consumes Grimheart stacks, it will decrease the physical and cryo resistance of surrounding enemies. Each stack of Grimheart consumed will convert to an
Dude's
ice
hammer.
whirlwind,
He looks so
dealing
heavy.
cryo damage to nearby
I like his
enemies.
outfit
He looks
as well.
tired now, though.
Yeah, it's because he's getting chopped up.
Flood
chopped
of
to fuck.
Flood of frost.
Eula's elemental burst unleashes a mighty slash of her
Ooh.
sword, dealing cryo damage to
So that's
surrounding
that little
enemies
thing
and
flinging
forming a
around.
lightfall sword that follows her around.
It's called a light force.
While the lightfall sword is
Did you know that one already? Did
Yeah.
you? Yeah.
present,
I've read
Eula's
that
resistance to
Been watching
interruption
these
is
off stream,
increased
haven't you?
further. Additionally,
Imagine.
when enemies are damaged by Eula's normal attack, elemental skill, or elemental burst, the lightfall sword's energy is charged.
Oh.
When its duration ends, the lightfall sword will descend and explode violently,
Ooh.
dealing physical damage to surrounding enemies. The damage dealt increases with the lightfall sword's
there?
charge
A
state.
little-
Cube.
It's like a crystal.
When
Whoa.
Eula leaves the field,
That's
the
something
lightfall
she's
sword
good
will
at.
instantly explode. After unlocking the talent Roiling Rime, when Eula holds Ice-type
Rime is
Vortex,
a kind of frost, isn't
if
it?
2 stacks of Grimheart are consumed
knowledge,
together,
bro.
a shattered lightfall sword is created and explodes immediately,
Immediately.
dealing half the base physical damage of the lightfall sword.
Ding ding ding.
Years of reconnaissance company campaigns have
Passive
honed
talent.
Eula's instinct for launching
Some
surprise
people have,
offensives.
some people seem to have 2 passive talents, whereas some have 1.
When she strikes, waves of frost and rays of light surge forth like ocean spray. After unlocking the talent Wellspring of Warlust, casting Eula's Elemental Burst immediately grants 1 stack of Grimheart and resets the cooldown of her elemental skill.
That's really good.
Ooh.
The Spindrift Knight's battleground is the shadows far beyond Mondstadt's city walls. Eula's strength is in hunting down her enemy with
Frozen.
courage and calculation, striking with her frosty Favonius blade.
Frosty Pavone.
In combat, Eula often
looks
starts
like
the
a
offensive
beefy
with her
from
normal
Towers
attack,
of London.
He does,
interspersing her
Yeah.
strikes with
Someone
the
has got
tapping
a
effect
fuck
of
off
her
gun in
elemental
his
skill
hand,
to keep
and
up
he's
the
about to
pursuit
die.
and accrue Grimheart stacks.
Poor
Next,
bloke.
holding her elemental
He says that's a
skill
long
at an
way from
opportune
London,
moment
isn't
will
it?
deal damage to her enemy, while also reducing
I suppose
their
because we're
physical
watching
and
just
cryo resistance by
selected
consuming the
bits,
Grimheart
we don't
stacks.
ever see our people sustaining.
When Eula's energy is full,
Do we?
unleashing her elemental
die.
burst puts further pressure on
Yeah.
the enemy
We
and
might die
creates a
in that one.
lightfall sword.
Effectively,
Now is the time for a rapid offensive.
offensive now.
Charge the lightfall sword and finally take down the enemy when it explodes.
See, again, we're seeing them actually fall
There are
and
those
disappear.
with hatred in their hearts that are able to do what Eula has done. Take the lust for vengeance bequeathed to them by fate and channel it into a force for self-advancement. For Eula, this has set her down a path of peace and inner
okay.
strength.
Yeah, that story seems
Still,
happier.
there are others for whom the passage of time does nothing to quell the poison spreading
She's
through
come
their
to terms with
souls.
stuff.
Yeah, which is always good.
Only the future will reveal
Well,
the
that's
path
always
they
an
take,
aim, isn't it?
Yeah,
but
true.
inevitably, it will be a different one.
She seemed nice. Didn't actually beat the last dude,
Oh, okay. But can you remember his name?
Kamisato.
Okay.
I might be wrong. I think I'm fucking wrong. Oh fuck.
Perhaps we need like
A list.
a pamphlet.
We'll just have to rewatch these videos and remember which one.
We need to
Yeah,
write it all
fair.
down.
Liu is both the nation of contracts and the beating
I've
heart of
studied
trade
it.
and
We haven't seen
development.
this place before.
We have.
Its laws are rigorous and exhaustive,
It's like the
serving as
trading
pillars of
place.
order
Oh, yeah,
in a
yeah, yeah.
fluid population. But those able to memorize and abide by all the laws of the land number few indeed.
Oh,
Accordingly, when civil disputes and criminal proceedings arise,
you're a lawyer.
the first point of call for many
Yeah.
is Liu Harbor's famed legal advisor, Yan Fei.
Oh yeah,
Lawyer.
Yeah. Nice hat.
Only by adhering to the law
She-
can the people.
Pyro lives in Liu Harbor.
Bestia lucitia.
solve
Also, do the constellations affect anything?
They don't
Do we
talk
know if they
about that in
affect
this, do
anything?
they?
Or can you change your constellation? I'd be intrigued to know if you could let us know in the comments, please. And thank
Have
you.
we seen anyone have the same constellation?
No, I don't
They've all
believe
got
so.
their individual
life's
ones.
Yeah.
myriad of problems.
Honored as Liu's top legal expert, Yan Fei knows
Dogs.
the law like the back of her hand.
I'm still
You
gutted
mustn't
that
get
we
distracted
can't
by the
pet
dogs.
Dog.
As well as how to bend it, balancing legality and humanity. Her expertise routinely resolves the most intractable of disputes. But if confronted by those who act with flagrant disregard for the
I
law,
thought she uses
it is
a weapon.
Yanfei's command of fire and flame that will
Oh.
place them in jeopardy.
Ooh.
As Liyue's most sought-after legal advisor, Yanfei provides legal support across the whole of Liyue,
Just one person.
which is allowed
She
to
must be
explore
pretty
many
busy.
of its hidden
It's
corners.
said that they all break the law all the time.
Those court cases, I tell you what, you must have to wait for years to get a case in Thingamabob
Mastered the
Harbour.
legal codices, she
Liu
is well
Xiao.
versed in the
Liu?
various local specialties traded by the waterfront. When Yanfei is in the party,
Oh.
the location of
Oh, the pig.
resources unique to Liyue appear on the minimap,
Why did it go black and white?
making it easier to
I'm
gather
not
certain
sure.
items.
Please.
Yanfei's normal attack casts a fireball and can be comboed to deal up to 3.
We haven't
I
seen.
love it when the shield catches fire and they shake it.
We haven't seen many people with like casting ability. Is it a catalyst? I think it was called a catalyst.
I thought it was a
Whereas-
vision.
no.
A vision. No.
Vision's like pyro and cryo.
Oh,
and
okay. Yeah. Sorry.
stuff. But I think this is the catalyst is a weapon where it's more like they're magic or like casters.
Oh, yes.
rounds of
yeah,
pyro
like if you
damage.
look, she's
Hitting an
chucking
enemy with a normal
fireballs.
attack
Look.
grants Yanfei a single scarlet seal. She can possess a maximum of 3 scarlet seals at a
Oh.
time. Gaining a
Scarlet
new
seal.
scarlet seal resets the duration of existing seals. Each scarlet seal decreases Yanfei's stamina consumption, and they will disappear when she leaves the field. Holding the attack button consumes a set amount of stamina and
Oh,
releases a
she's the one
charged
with the
attack.
big weight stomp.
dealing
stomp. Yes.
So some of the characters, when they left the field, it stayed on the field.
Yes.
Yeah.
AoE pyro damage in the
It's
area in front of
useful.
her. Any scarlet seals
She's got a
held
little
by
weight
Yanfei
stomp
are
thing,
consumed
look.
when a
Oh,
charged
yeah, we
attack
saw that
is
before.
released. And the AoE
Do you,
It's
is
the
that
weight of the law.
is it or is it a gavel?
No, gavel's just a little hammery thing.
Yeah, but is that what it's meant to be? I wonder if it
I don't
is.
know.
Is
It
is
looks more like
yeah.
a stamp because it leaves like an impression.
AoE
Yeah,
and
it
damage
does.
of this attack are increased based on the
Let's
number of
look at it more
scarlet seals
carefully.
consumed.
Probably won't see it again.
After unlocking the talent Proviso, when Yanfei consumes scarlet seals with a charged attack, each scarlet seal will increase Yanfei's pyro
Only
damage bonus
tiny
for a
amount
set
more.
period.
Yeah. It's interesting,
If she
isn't it?
uses a
The,
charged
the
attack
more
again
recent
during this
ones
period,
almost doubled something,
Yeah.
It will
didn't
end the
they?
effect.
See, it leaves like an
Yanfei's
impression.
sharp
Yeah.
eyes and keen wits aid her in singling out opportunists and lawbreakers, whilst the adeptal power that
I love these
resides within her
stills
helps
because
when
that's
it
from
comes to
actually
serving out
in game
justice.
and it looks stunning, doesn't it?
After unlocking the talent Blazing Eye,
Oh, it's knocked his hat off.
Yanfei's charged attacks deal crit hits. She will deal an additional bout of AoE pyro damage.
They're quite
Tap
effective
Yanfei's
with
elemental
stamp
skill
things.
to summon
I
blistering
do.
flames
I've
that
only
deal
just noticed
AoE
that. Look at
pyro
them
damage.
Did
shaking.
you see that before?
Hitting an enemy with your elemental skill.
I've never noticed
grants
that before.
Yanfei
That's
the maximum
amazing.
number of scarlet seals,
Oh, look,
which
the
she
slime
can
was trying
use
to
to unleash a
hide.
follow-up charged attack, keeping the
Get
ball firmly
absolutely
in her court.
blatted by that thing.
Yeah.
Inadmissible evidence!
Inadmissible
Unleashing
evidence.
Yanfei's elemental burst triggers a spray of intense flames that rush at nearby enemies, dealing AoE pyro damage, and granting her the maximum number of scarlet seals, as well as applying brilliance to her.
Brilliance. I could do a bit of brilliance.
Yes.
Brilliance grants Yanfei a scarlet seal at fixed intervals.
Oh, okay.
It also increases the damage dealt by her charged attacks.
That's a bit more.
Adept use of brilliance allows Yanfei to increase her scarlet seal accumulation rate and string together charged attacks, dealing greater damage to her enemies. Yanfei's flaming seals are a powerful legal instrument, and her terms of use ensure
Flaming
that they
seal.
bolster her position
Yeah.
in any form of
Stamp,
dispute.
maybe, yeah. I
Like
think you're
you'd
right.
use
Accumulating
to
scarlet
make a
seals,
impression in wax.
then following with an enhanced
True.
Yeah.
Look at it.
You've got a little seal kit, haven't you?
Yeah, I have little. Yeah, but who sends letters anymore, really? It's a lost art. Just WhatsApp, innit?
charged attack. Yanfei can rule decisively on
Perhaps
any
you could-
case before her.
Reintroduce.
During battle,
True.
Yanfei can alternate
Can't
between
stand
normal
it.
attacks
No.
and her elemental skill to deal pyro damage to enemies.
Post it
And gain
myself.
scarlet seals.
Ooh.
With scarlet seals in her possession, Yanfei can release powerful charged attacks to put the enemy on the back foot.
Is it to
When
do with the
Yanfei's
scarlet
energy is
seal?
full, unleash her elemental burst to further increase her damage output. At this stage, Yanfei needs only to release regular charged attacks to rout her enemies once and for all.
Abyss Mage in the bin.
Yanfei was born during Liyue's peacetime.
Huh.
Though part illuminated beast, she never signed a contract with the Geo Archon. Unconstrained by Adepti responsibility,
What was that? Part Illuminated Beast?
Yeah.
They
And she never-
just drop that in there. No,
Yeah.
nothing more on that. All right then.
And the Geo Archon.
Yep.
Didn't say anything
knows
then.
what that all
She
is.
keeps
What?
herself busy in the city, experiencing all manner of
How does she
worldly
have time
affairs,
to do the fighting?
comprehending all
I know.
levels of human emotion. In her hands, the legal codices are a contract, a tool, a framework of reason, but never a cage. She longs for a free-spirited life well within the confines of the law. But each detail of the cumbersome legal codices is also dear
I
to her
feel like
heart.
she enjoys each
Perhaps
part
one
of her
day,
life.
a balance can be struck
Nice.
between them.
I feel like a lot of these since
Fancy.
version 1.5, a lot of these older characters, they're not as don't have as sad a lives. I
Gloomy.
don't feel at all, which is nice.
Interesting, isn't it? I wonder why that's changed
Mondstadt's
in the
Church of
developer's mind.
Favonius
Why
has a
they
very
decide to
unique
go
sister,
down that route.
Yeah.
Rosaria. Despite being a priestess, she has never been witnessed offering prayers to the gods. Swift of foot and aloof in speech,
She looks
she
a bit
becomes active in the
vampiric.
darkness of
Vampire-y.
Mondstadt's night.
Yeah,
She belongs to a clandestine side of Mondstadt, brandishing sharp blades under the moonlight
Is she
to
a
strike
vampire?
down intruding shadows.
It goes back
In
the dark,
exchange
just
for
a
the
dot.
people's freedom and peace, the non-believer is tasked with purging the filth that no light will touch.
Ooh.
City blessed by the Animo Archon. Sleep soundly.
Pray, not for the gods nor the betterment of others, but for yourself.
Rosaria has powerful one-on-one combat capabilities, and as a wielder of a cryovision, her elemental burst can provide continuous cryo damage, assisting the party with damage output and field control. When Rosaria is in the party, she increases the movement speed of party members during nighttime.
We haven't seen
This
much
effect
going on
cannot be applied
nighttime,
in
have we?
domains, trounce domains, or the spiral abyss. Rosaria's normal attack performs up to 5
5, you get
consecutive
5.
strikes,
What are these little enemies called?
dealing
Can someone
physical
confirm in the
damage to
comments,
enemies.
please?
Holding
don't
the
seem to attack
button
much, they
allows
just sort of
Rosaria
dance
to
about.
consume a certain
She's a
amount of
pole arm
stamina
user.
to lunge forwards, dealing physical damage to enemies in her path. Tapping Rosaria's elemental skill
Ravaging
swiftly positions
confession.
her behind her opponent. She then pierces and slashes the enemy with her polearm, dealing cryo damage.
Jesus. And a freeze effect.
Ravaging Confession can be used to quickly approach an enemy, identify an advantageous position, and launch your assault.
Jesus,
It
she's
can
going
also be
nuts.
used to dodge enemy attacks, allowing you to turn the tide of battle.
True, that's very
It
good.
is important to note that Rosaria cannot use this ability to move behind larger enemies.
Ah, okay. That makes
After
sense.
unlocking the talent Regina Probation,
Can't keep
whenever
up on-
Rosaria strikes an enemy from behind with Ravaging Confession, her crit rate will increase for a short period of time.
That also makes sense.
Lights out.
Whoa. Oh my god.
For her
What
elemental
is
burst,
that?
Rosaria swings her polearm around,
Look at this-
striking all
All
nearby
nearby
foes.
foes.
An icy
Does it
lance
trap
of
'em?
coalesced frost then strikes the
Wow.
ground,
No.
dealing cryo damage. While the ice lance is present, it will intermittently emit a freezing chill,
Oh, it goes
dealing
on
cryo
then.
damage to
That's
nearby
an
enemies.
AoE cryo damage. That's cool.
Strategically
Oh, the slime got.
utilizing the ice lance through elemental reactions allows party members to control or inflict even greater damage upon enemies. After unlocking the talent Shadow Samaritan, when Rosaria uses Rites of Termination, all party members except for Rosaria receive a temporary increase to their crit rate based on Rosaria's own crit rate.
What's crit?
Critical damage.
Okay.
So it's like
What's
if
that
you
mean?
a crit does extra damage. So you have a chance when you attack things to do critical damage. And you know how they said if you attack from behind, you have an increased crit damage chance.
Okay.
So it's like a
Just
critical.
makes it stronger.
You know, like in Pokemon Go battles, where you fight someone and it's super effective.
Okay.
Like that's a critical. Yeah.
Yes. I
Rosaria,
understand.
I
throwing
teach you about
herself into
Pokemon
battle,
Go.
turns daytime idleness into the biting blades of winter that plunge into the bones of the guilty.
See,
Too
I
dramatic.
thought her elemental burst, like that spear went through, because in the first one we saw it went through that big dude, and I thought it like pinned people in position, and I was like, that's something we haven't seen yet, but
As
it
the
doesn't.
battle begins,
just goes
coordinate
in the
attacks with
Yeah.
the other characters in your party, and use elemental skills to trigger elemental reactions. At the same time, quickly shift behind the enemy and follow up with normal attacks.
I love the way she nutmegs.
When
Slice
Rosaria's
with her
energy
leg.
is full, use her elemental burst to inflict continuous cryo damage, then leave the field.
Yeah, that makes
Use
sense.
the crit rate increase from the talent Shadow Samaritan to assist the other
What's that
party
flying
members in
fiery
swiftly
thing?
That's
defeating
his
foes.
ability.
Mondstadt's nights are peaceful and tranquil.
Ah.
Not when
But in the
Rosaria's in
quiet
them
of the
fucking
dark,
shit
There are
up.
those
Stabbing
who glimpse
stuff.
a flash of cold steel.
What was that floating about? Was it a
This
maid?
is the dour sister who metes
Yeah,
out
this
punishment to protect this place of peace
Oh.
and the sisters who are purity incarnate.
So those are the other
Unperturbed with dirtying her
priestesses?
hands, she has become a blood-soaked executioner.
Oh,
And having witnessed the cruelty of this world, she can no longer close her eyes and extol the blessings of the
Ooh,
gods.
Interesting.
so she's forsaken her
Rosaria,
gods.
the most unique sister
Well,
in Mondstadt's
just
Church of
because she's a
Favonius,
bit
never needed redemption from the
grubby.
gods, for she grasped it with her own hands.
I feel like she's forsaken the gods.
No, because she still protects the other priestesses.
I thought she hunts them. She's a blood-soaked executioner,
No,
mum.
but she doesn't execute the priestesses. She
No.
executes the baddies. So that's fine.
Who? How?
Fragrance in Thor.
The people of Liu value
Liu.
tradition, and their
Back in the house.
traditions are embodied in all manner of rites. Of these, the rites that mark life's end
There she
are
is.
of utmost
That's
Is that
Hoover.
her?
That's hoovering again.
Yes, she-
Liu's funeral rites are complex, and only
I'll
Wang
quickly shut the
Sheng
door. Bear with me. Pull the door to, mother. Father's hoovering again.
Hoovering.
Right, away we go.
funeral parlor can conduct them to the satisfaction
Oh, some person
of
with a
all.
sick little ghost.
Oh yes.
Wang Sheng has stood for
Hello.
77
Hello.
generations and has gained still
Perfect
greater fame
Halloween
in recent
character,
years,
this.
thanks to their eccentric young director, Hu Tao.
When the sun's out, bathe in sunlight. But when the moon's out,
So she's pyro. Lots of pyros.
Yeah, lots of pyro.
Pyro and cryo.
Hu Tao manipulates
Oh my
pyro
God.
with ease and can sacrifice her HP to increase her damage output, cleansing the world of impurities
Whoa,
with
she's
an
fast,
unrelenting
isn't she?
flame.
Jesus.
When Hu Tao cooks a dish perfectly, she has a chance to obtain a suspicious dish of
Oh,
the
we
same
heard one.
kind.
Someone else had one of these, didn't they?
Hu Tao's normal attack can combo up to 6
Six?
strikes, dealing physical damage to
Ooh.
enemies.
Is she our new
Hu
favorite?
Tao's charged attack consumes a set amount of
I
stamina
like that as
to
well.
lunge forward, dealing
The little
physical
slide on the
damage to
foot looks
enemies
so
in her
cool
path.
as well.
I
Oh,
feel
she
like
might be
Tao
the new
also has a
favourite.
unique effect when
she
sprinting,
might be.
allowing her to
I
briefly
like her little
disappear
socks.
and pass through
That's
certain
cool
small
as well,
foes.
like a little blink.
See, drop and
Hu Tao
roll. See, she
consumes
did the right
part of her
thing.
Roll.
HP to cast her elemental skill, knocking nearby enemies back and entering the Paramita Papilio state.
Are they
This
like little
converts her
butterflies
attack
or
damage to pyro damage,
Papillion
which cannot
is
be
French
overridden
for
by
butterfly.
another elemental infusion. Her resistance to interruption is also increased, and she receives an attack increase based on her max HP when entering this
She is
She is
slamming
taking
that
him
abyss
down.
mode.
Paramita Papilio ends after a set duration, or when Hu Tao leaves the field.
Okay.
Towel.
After unlocking the talent Flutterby,
Oh,
ending Paramita
Flutterby.
Papilio increases the crit rate of all of Hu Tao's party
Bloody
members
poggers
other than
that.
herself for a set duration. Moreover, while Paramita Papilio is in effect, Hu Tao's charged attacks
I just
apply
love
the
that
blood
little
blossom
slide.
effect to
I
love
enemies
it.
Oh,
hits.
I was going to say the blossom
Enemies
effect, but it's
affected
blood
by
blossom.
blood blossom will take pyro damage at set intervals.
Oh, his hat's
This
gone.
effect automatically expires after
Do you
a
think
while.
his hat protects him?
Only
That's
one
why he
blood
wants to get rid
blossom
of
can
it.
exist on any one target at a time, and only Hu Tao can
Yeah.
refresh its duration. Wang Sheng has
She's
a
got,
long heritage.
Flowers.
It's said that their directors
Shit.
passed down
Yeah.
a secret technique
She
to
transposes
traverse
it and
between life and death. Unafraid in the face of death,
Oh my god, she does. Good spot, Mum. Eagle
he's
eye.
clever.
they instead unleash yet greater
I
power.
want to
because
see
of
the
the
little
blood
ghost.
Once the
blossom.
talent Sanguine Rouge is unlocked, Hu Tao gains a
Sanguine
pyro damage
blood.
bonus when her HP is low.
pyre.
Yes.
Hu Tao commands a blazing spirit to deal pyro damage in a large AoE. When her elemental burst hits
Look
enemies,
how cute it
Hu Tao
is!
regenerates a certain percentage
Oh, I
of her
love it.
max HP.
Hu Tao might be my
A
favourite.
Is she
maximum
your
of 5
favourite now?
enemies can affect this
Look
percentage.
at them! What do you see them? Look at them! They're
Additionally,
going
using
mental!
this skill when Hu Tao's HP is low deals greater damage and regenerates more
Ooh.
HP.
What banger! So when
Hu
you're low
Tao's
health, you
unique
get
fighting
tons of
style
health back
often
and you do
imperils
tons
her.
of damage.
As such, she must coordinate with her teammates and choose the right moment to use her skills and manage her HP.
Look at that! Look how sick that
Tao
looks!
often begins by
That's
using her
in-game
elemental
as
skill
well.
to enter the Paramita Papilio state. Then she alternates between normal and charged attacks to deal pyro damage, applying blood blossoms onto enemies. She then leaves the field, using the crit rate increase from Flutterby to increase her teammates' damage output.
So she
When
takes
Hu
them all
Tao's
out
HP is low,
and then powers
she
you
can
up.
choose a group of
Yeah.
enemies upon which to unleash her elemental burst, dealing pyro damage and regenerating her HP.
That little slide's so cool.
Wangsheng Funeral Parlor conducts rites of utmost solemnity,
Oh.
and its staff are used to
What does solemnity mean?
Like solemn, like serious, quiet.
Thank you, Mother. Mum's my human dictionary. Thesaurus! What?
No, thesaurus is different from a dictionary.
What gives you the definition of stuff?
Dictionary.
Oh, fuck me.
Thesaurus is just yeah, but a thesaurus is similar because it gives you a different
Different
word
word
that
for it.
seems the
Yeah.
same. So that
Fuck's
kind of
sake.
explains it too. It's all right.
speaking
It's
little,
okay to
making
learn.
Hu Tao's liveliness seem an ill fit. Her
I think it's-
elders once criticized her
I
mischief
think it's good to
making,
be lively
but having
whilst
seen
working
her
a
immaculate
funeral home.
conduct of the parlor's affairs,
Well,
they could do naught but admit
at the
their
right
error.
time, yeah. Cat.
Life and death are but two halves of an endless cycle.
Nancy.
Ah, she's playing.
I do the creep.
Life
She's doing
leads
Michael
unto
Jackson
death,
Thriller there.
and death unto new life. Why then should
True.
death be taboo? Hu Tao has had the wisdom to see this, though some of her elders have yet to do so.
We
Interesting.
liked her lots.
Interesting. I will just check where we are in the playlist. We will do una mas.
One more?
One more for you guys.
Yeah, that's about right. Because otherwise, I think.
Our reactions aren't as good because Mum gets tired from the
No,
bright
I'm just
lights.
thinking it's a bit much to
Many
watch.
fell
Yeah,
in the
true.
Archon War,
I was
but though their
thinking
life
about
force
you.
faded, their power and malice survived as remnants,
audience.
posing a continued threat to the world. In Liu, the task of
Liu.
ending this threat, or rather, enduring it, falls to Xiao.
Oh my gosh.
To most in Liu, Xiao is a name seldom heard, and as the few who have seen him can attest, he appears only when grave danger is nigh.
Big boss man, come save the
Coming
day.
across this Adeptus, should one count their blessings or their curses?
Not afraid of heights, is he?
No.
Conquering demons is what I do.
There we go.
Hailed as the conqueror of demons, Xiao's abilities are
That
unparalleled
bit.
among the Adepti.
Yeah.
As such, he vanquishes demons without breaking a sweat.
What poggers?
Xiao is agile. His
Call him Sam and
movement
Dean.
skills
How
allow
old
him
is
to
he?
dart around the battlefield.
Huh?
And
How
when
old
he
the bad
dons
is
the
demons?
mask of the Yaksha,
I'm not
his
sure. That's
abilities
a good
are-
question. Are all the evil creatures classed as demons?
There's some baddie people.
Because some of them look like people and different things. I'm assuming
like
they come
monsters.
from
I'm
monsters,
assuming the monsters
demons,
are kind
people, and stuff.
are enhanced even further.
But
as
let us
he
know in the
purges
comments,
evil
please.
and protects
That's how we
evil.
learn.
Well, look,
That is
it's
literally
telling
how
us
we
he's
learn.
conquering demons. So
Yeah.
if we watch who he's conquering, we'll know they're
Yeah,
demons.
I was talking to the camera, so was Mum.
Yeah, pay attention.
But yeah, let's. I just want to say briefly thank you because I've learned so much from just your comments on the video. So thank you very much, legend. Mwah. And we'll carry on with the video. Sorry.
Sure.
I'll pay attention.
After years of honing his abilities, Xiao has developed
Gratis-
an Adeptus
gravity
art
defier.
that affords him strength at high altitudes.
I totally
Oh,
like
yeah.
heights.
When
Spot on.
Xiao is in the party, the active character
Oh!
consumes less stamina while climbing.
Landed on his head.
We did.
Xiao's normal attack can combo up to 6
Six?
strikes, dealing
Strike.
physical damage to
What's
enemies.
that knockback as well?
Holding the attack button causes Xiao to consume
I think he
stamina
might be
and
our new
perform an
favourite.
upward thrust, dealing
I
physical
think he's
damage
got a
and
pole
lifting
arm.
enemies into
And
the
what I've
air.
noticed is everyone, if he has got a pole arm, everyone else who has a pole arm like a dashing, swirling attack. His is very different. If that is a pole arm he's got.
While
Flying.
airborne,
Oh my god.
press attack to perform a plunging attack, striking
I like the
enemies
plunging
on the
attack.
way down and dealing AoE damage upon landing. Xiao will not lose HP from a plunging
God.
attack.
Oh,
no matter
everyone
how
can do
high he
plunging
starts.
attacks, can they?
Not very well.
Use Xiao's elemental skill to lunge forward, dealing animal
Those
damage
little
to enemies in
dudes.
his path.
We haven't seen much of them before.
Make adept use of this
It's
skill
fancy
to
hammer
dart
man.
effortlessly around the battlefield, dealing damage while tactically adjusting your position.
I feel like he might be a
Also,
person rather than...
lemniscatic
Yeah.
wind cycling can be used while airborne, making it easy for Xiao to navigate challenging terrain, aiding with exploration.
Ooh.
Lemniscatic wind cycling starts with 2 charges available. After unlocking the talent Dissolution Eon Heaven Fall, if
think it's
Xiao
been straight
uses
through them,
multiple
like a
charges
ghost.
in quick
Get
succession,
them back,
damage
maybe.
dealt increases with each one.
Evil conquering.
Oh my god, he got master on.
When
He's going
Xiao
sicko mode.
unleashes an elemental burst,
He's the one who comes a
he
bit
dons the
demon-y.
Yaksha's mask that once struck
Oh.
fear into gods and demons alike. His attacks now deal animo damage, which cannot be overridden by another elemental infusion.
Interesting.
I want to know what anime
And
is.
Xiao's attack AoE and
What did you
damage.
say? You want to know what animo is?
Yeah,
Let us know. Although
'Cause-
we ask you so many questions,
yeah, sorry.
but that's how we learn. If you don't ask, you don't get. Do email that. But yeah, what animo means, I don't know what it means.
Yeah,
Which are
if you've
both
got
increased.
fire-
In addition,
Is it water?
Xiao's jumping ability
Look.
is greatly enhanced,
No, it's
allowing
hiding.
him to assail the enemy with plunging attacks.
You're not wrong.
The Yaksha's mask brings enormous power, but also great suffering.
Oh.
During Xiao's elemental burst, he will continually lose HP.
Oh my god.
This effect stops if he leaves the field. After unlocking the talent Conqueror of Evil, Tamer of Demons, while Bane of All Evil is active, Xiao's damage gradually increases.
But he gradually dies.
When Xiao goes into battle, danger follows in his
I love
wake.
these stills are stunning, aren't they? From
To
actual
avoid harming
gameplay
others,
as well.
he acts quickly, completing the task at hand as efficiently as possible.
So, if
As
he's
the fight begins,
there too much, does he potentially harm his partners?
No, just himself.
Well, it seemed to say
That his character
harming
loses
others, he
HP.
said.
Yeah,
Xiao
those
uses
like
his
the
elemental
demons.
skill to move rapidly around the battlefield, changing strategic positions, dealing damage as he goes, and building up energy. When his energy is full, he unleashes his elemental burst and harnesses the power of the Yaksha's mask to incapacitate the enemy with plunging attacks.
How do you
But
even
that-
hit him?
Finish off
that drains
every
him,
last
doesn't it?
one.
Yeah,
Yeah. Then can you swap him out for
yeah.
someone
Once
else
you
and
swap him out, that
he
finishes
gets
him.
his and he gets his
Tales of the
strength back?
Yakshas have been told
Only if you have
on
someone who
the
heals him.
Oh yeah, yeah.
but over time,
Ooh, there's a
these
lot of them
defenders of the
there. Wow.
masses have all
Geodude.
but disappeared. Only Xiao still honors his contract with the Geo Archon by performing the duties assigned to him,
Oh.
though the cost of this duty is perpetual solitude.
Oh, so he is.
I know that Adepti suffer heartache just as I do, but I cannot know Xiao's future. Will Xiao be ravaged by the unending war he wages and be plunged into despair?
Poor Xiao.
Or will he meet someone who understands his sacrifice and can shine a ray of light into his dark
He's just
world?
a nice partner.
Oh,
Cheers,
friend.
Xiao.
Oh, friend, just a friend. It's nice.
Perfect.
Okay.
That was good.
Yeah.
I think
that's
those
interesting.
are some of the most exciting characters we've seen so far, in my opinion.
Are we saying
Hu
that
Tao.
the earlier characters are better?
Well, no, just
Ooh,
my personal
controversial.
preference. Hu Tao, easily the best out there.
Yeah,
And I won't be told wrong.
Yeah, but I suppose the thing is, we're just watching a glimpse of it, and we're
True.
also watching examples of them fighting to the best of their ability.
Yeah.
When we're using them, we might find it difficult to use
Yeah.
them, and we might think, I don't like them because I
and-
find it hard to use them properly.
And I read, I can't remember who it was who commented, apologies, but someone was saying in the comments on our last video that their favourite character was, I believe, Klee, because that was the first 5-star or 4-star person they got. And I think it'd be fantastic how everyone would have their own individual stories. Like, oh, it was my first 5-star
Yes.
character. So then that's their favourite character as
Yeah.
well, which I think is interesting. But that's us for today. We'll be back on Monday with another video looking at the rest of these, and then we'll be looking at playing this either next week or the week after next on stream. Genshin will be doing it live on Twitch. I'll post an update on the YouTube when we are going to be doing it, so you can all get excited for it. And then I'll edit that out and upload it to YouTube as well.
They have to be very patient with us because it might be very short.
We will be very bad, but we'll try our best. But thank you so much for watching today.
Yeah.
Have a lovely weekend or rest of your day, whatever day you're watching this. And love you all. And thank you very much for being so lovely and welcoming us into the Genshin community.
Absolutely.
Cheerio. Bye.
Bye.